live. So we're doing this, recording this, but I think the benefit of this recording this conversation and the upcoming conversations is that I can repost this on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. So we get a lot more, I think, traction, a lot more eyes on us.
Yes.
So yes, that's okay. So
Awesome.
great. Yeah. So let's first of all tell us about yourself outside of pageantry.
Yes, outside of pageantry, honestly, I'm really big into my community. I am not a huge sports girl in the sense that I will play the sports, but I love to attend games. I love a baseball game. I love to watch football. Um, Honestly, I am kind of a closeted creative, if that makes sense. I love to dance in my apartment. My favorite dance styles, they are hip hop, a parima, which is kind of like a hula dance. And I play several instruments, none
Oh,
currently, but guitar, viola, the clarinet, and then the recorder. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Oh, and I love to bake.
awesome. What is your favorite thing to bake?
Ooh, I would have to say banana bread. I
Banana
came
bread.
across this random recipe and it's golden. I mean, absolutely golden. There's walnuts, there's
Oh,
caramel sauce. Sometimes I can add chocolate chips, but I love
oh,
banana bread.
oh, nice. That sounds delicious.
I'll have to bring some.
Yes, 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 yes. So that's awesome. And you play viola. That is so cool. Did you play it when, or did you learn in elementary or junior high, or when did that start?
Yes, in middle school. So I started middle school in sixth grade, and so that's when I was
Mhm.
introduced to orchestra. Originally, I wanted to do a culinary class because I love baking so much, but
Oh,
it got
okay.
booked up, and so I decided just to take a chance on it, honestly, and it's grown on me. And it was actually very sad when I transferred into high school. All of the orchestra classes were taken up. I had moved across states, and there just weren't any spots left. So it was really disheartening. But
Oh
recently I attended
no.
an event and there was an orchestra there and I got to speak with some of the violists and it's reignited something. So I will definitely be looking into buying a viola here soon. But yeah.
Oh wow. That is so awesome. And the viola, what is it? Just a little bigger than a violin, or is it smaller or
Yes, it's a little bit larger, and then it definitely
okay.
has a more richer sound. So I believe the
Um,
viola does not have an E string, which is a really, really high string that the viola has, or the
oh,
violin has.
okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Yes. Well, go ahead and get this viola before you come to internationals because I want to hear you play a song. Even though if it's like a couple of notes, I want to hear you play because that's so cool.
Yes,
I've
yes.
I've always wanted to play like a stringed instrument. I played the piano, um,
Beautiful.
but yeah, like the violin or the viola or the cello. I think that would have been really cool.
So the piano, do you have a favorite song that you like to play?
Growing up, I played a lot of Beethoven, a lot of Mozart, a lot of just the classicals that my teachers had me play. And it's funny because it's been years since I've actually played the piano. But whenever I sit, at a piano, my fingers just kind of do their thing, and it's like, oh my gosh,
I
it's
love
so
that.
funny.
I love that. Oh
Hmm.
my goodness.
Yes, yes, yes. Muscle, what's it called? Muscle memory for
Yes,
sure.
muscle memory.
Awesome. So now we get to know a little bit about your pageant journey. How did you get into pageants? And then the second part is, and I think it's the next thing that we have on our countdown to the crown. Why? What was it about United World that struck you like, oh yes, I have to be a part of this?
Yes. So I always tell people getting into pageantry was a complete accident. I did not want any parts of the pageant world. I think a lot of us, when we were first starting, we kind of had this poor connotation about pageantry and what it really entails. And so, in the back of my mind, it was Honey Boo Boo and toddlers and tiaras, and I was like, oh, it's not something that I really want to get into. At the time, I was in the off season of softball, and so that's something that I was very passionate about at the time. And so that was my focus. So when I was approached to do it, I just immediately was just not concerned with it, not wanting to consider the possibilities of
Yeah.
what it would look like for me. Um,
Hmm.
and so the pageant coach that reached out to me, she invited me to her studio, and she asked me, who's your favorite artist? At the time, it was Beyonce. It's still
Hmm.
Beyonce. And she puts on a song and she's like, just walk to the beat, please, just walk to the beat. So I walk to the beat. He's like, embody Beyonce. Like, how would she do it? So I'm strutting around the studio and she's like, I think you would do a really great job. And I'm like, I don't think so. So we sit down and she talks to me about natural pageants. So not the glitz, no glam, just really focused
Hmm.
on personal interview and just getting the judges to see you. And so after a couple of sessions of just training with her, I was convinced. I was convinced. I did my first pageant and I got best interview, and I was like, you know what, this
Yeah.
might be thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just honestly, it's been such an incredible journey. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm so fortunate that it's been able to lead me here to UWP. And I think
Hmm.
what makes UWP so great and what honestly has had me decide to join the organization really falls back on their mission, and that's United We Stand. I'm such a huge person and a big believer in community. I am someone who comes from a very large village, and so what they say about having an active village and a large one at that um,
Hmm.
is just so true. It takes such an active community to propel an individual, and with all of the goals and ambitions that we have, it does again take that active village to help us get there because it's something that not only will benefit us directly, but it's gonna benefit us all. So
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for me too. It was the motto United We Stand just really struck and made an impact. When I was kind of looking over their website and making sure that this was something that I wanted to participate in. So I
yes,
totally get what you're saying there. Yeah. So we've actually met. So we met at Mrs. United World, Jessica's Sip Saver and Crown back in
I believe
April,
so. Yes.
March or April. Yeah, sometime recently. And it was really fun to meet some because there were other United World Queens that were outside of Texas, and then of course our director came, and I had to leave, so I wasn't able to meet
Oh,
everyone. But I heard it was such a good gathering and networking event for not just United World Queens, but queens literally across the whole pageant spectrum
yes.
of yeah. So it was
It was incredible.
great.
It was incredible. I
Hmm.
mean, I met so many wonderful women. What I
Hmm.
love about pageantry is how genuine the relationships we make are possible. And
Hmm.
just through that event alone, I mean, I've come into contact with, I want to say maybe around 10 women.
Hmm.
And I mean, we're supporting each other's projects. We're really amplifying each other's voices. And again, I really have to attribute UWP for having that core value of being united and united we stand because I mean, we're just practicing it. It's so effortless.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it was
Hmm.
so wonderful. I have an aunt actually who lives in Clear Lake and she still competes. And so I ran into her after
Oh,
that, seeing her for a
oh,
little while. And it was like, oh, like, that's so amazing that you're here. But it
yeah,
was such a wonderful event. Absolutely incredible.
yeah, yeah. It was. It was. What are you looking forward to the most with internationals that's coming in less than 2 weeks? What do you feel like you're most excited to do, to see, whatever?
Honestly, there's so much. I have to say, for starters, this is my very first international competition. So just being
Mhm,
able to meet with women from outside of the US is going to be such a
mhm,
great experience personally. I love being able to sit down with others and just kind of pick apart our differences and just see,
mhm,
how it is that, we kind of grew up and what our like cultural
mhm,
norms are. I love those little discussions. I'm also very excited about the Blue Party. I'm excited for everyone to see the outfits. I'm, again, really big into dancing. I love a line dance, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we will have a couple of those there. And then, honestly, I'm just so excited to meet all of Team Texas in person. And then
mhm,
all the other UWP queens. I mean, honestly, everyone seems so amazing online, and the group chats that we have are incredible.
mhm.
But I just know the vibes and the atmosphere. It's going to be so electric. So I just
Yeah.
honestly I can't wait to get on the plane.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it too, and I can't believe it's 2 weeks away. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've been planning, been preparing for such a while, for such, such a long time that it's finally
Right,
here.
right.
Yeah, yeah. You mentioned earlier about, you weren't really a pageant girl initially, and you were like, pageants, no, not me. But with your experience, and you might have touched on this earlier, but with your experience now with pageantry and how much positivity and all the relationships that you've developed over the last couple of years within pageantry, what is one thing that you would like to tell maybe past Aniyah or someone new that maybe has the same kind of point of view as you did about pageantry? Like, what would be the one thing that you would stress to them that no, just give a pause and rethink?
Honestly, I would have to say that pageantry, along with any experience in any hobby, any sport, it's really what you make it. The mind is very powerful, and I think that if you are constantly telling yourself that something will not work out a certain way, you're kind of building that into existence for yourself. I know for me, it was I saw a piece of media that pretty much was just it for me. I didn't take the time to do the research or really figure out why it is that I was so okay with just accepting that one perspective as my entire basis of what I thought about pageantry. So I would say try it out, go in there, and don't have any kind of I guess, preconceived ideas, and just to remain optimistic, and just have that inquisity. The women, the incredible directors. I mean, I've been in pageantry now for maybe 12 years. And I
Mhm,
really have to say the directors and the women inside of the systems really do dictate how your experience will be.
mhm,
I've met nothing but the most incredible women, the most friendliest, kindest, genuine people, and we all share this characteristic of just wanting to improve our communities. And so, as someone who struggled growing up making friends and trying to figure out like where I would fit in, I really find that some of my closest friends, my most genuine friends, have all been found in pageantry. So, I would say don't knock it till you try it.
yeah. Oh yeah, there are definitely a lot of things that you discover about yourself, a lot of personal growth, personal development. So if that's something that you are seeking, you might be seeking. Pageantry, I think, is one of those ways to go about that.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about your platform because you mentioned that you're in the community, which you are. Y'all, if you've ever, check out Aniyah's Facebook page or social media page, all her pages. She is doing something almost every day, I think, in the community, which is amazing. So tell us a little bit about your platform, how you got it started, and what you're doing currently with it.
Yes. So Keys to Freedom is a youth based initiative where my main goal really is to be able to provide the five foundational keys to success to our youth. In my opinion, those keys are safety, healing, expression, knowledge, and leadership. I believe they all intermingle. And my belief is that once our youth are able to really hone down on those kinds of skills in those areas, it's really going to take them so far. So, my goal is to be able to partner with organizations who have a foundation in either of those keys. For example, healing is one of the keys. I am partnering with NAMI Greater Houston to be able to provide resources from them to our youth. And
Mm,
so it's just being able to kind of bridge the gap between the resource and the youth and the community is really what my goal is. So yeah, it's been, I mean, really incredible working with local businesses. Most recently, I have worked with a local dentist, Dr. Balade, over at Visionary Smiles, and we are getting free dental services to one of our community members. His name is Mr. Jimmy. He is an avid community service leader, and we are transforming his entire smile. And thanks to Dr. Balade, it's all free. So just being able to do things like that to help change other people's lives that directly are, pouring into our community is just so amazing.
mm. Wow. Again, impressive. That's amazing. But you know what? It does sound amazing, but I know that you are working to establish those relationships to make these things happen for people who need a little boost, who need a little support. So, and that again is what pageantry is all about. Let's work together. Let's network. Let's find our strengths together and make something real happen.
Yes, yes, united we stand. I mean, it really
Yeah,
does take an active
yeah.
community again, and a part of that is building the relationships, like you said. So,
Mhm.
the crown and sash for other people, it definitely makes it a lot easier. I feel like I've
Mhm.
never been more approached outside of a crown and sash, so it definitely helps. But yes, it's honestly so incredible. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like every um, person that I'm able to meet, any business entity, they're so excited to back Keys to Freedom, and I'm so grateful
Mhm.
for it, honestly. So, I mean, I'm just very grateful.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And I cannot wait to meet you again in person, like with the rest of the other Texas team and Carla, our amazing director. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about to our audience? And again, this is going to be, we're recording this. We couldn't go live. So this is going to be across all social media platforms, including YouTube. So anything you would like to talk about before we close?
Yes, I'm actually working on a project to disperse at least 50 little free libraries across the US. And so, if anyone is interested, please reach out to me via Instagram. My handle is Aniyah J. Brown. And that's two underscores afterwards. And just let me know if you would like to present or award the bookcase. Please just let me know. We want to be able to help the US literacy rates. They're declining at very alarming rates. And so this is just one small thing that we can do to give the resources, provide the access. So please reach out and we can have a private conversation.
Yeah. Awesome. Yes, and actually, so we're actually moving right now amongst going to internationals, and so at my new house, we have a little free library right in front of the corner. And when I saw you were doing that, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to tell her that I have one at my new house, the
I
front
love
yard of my new
that.
house. So yeah, yeah, it's so cool.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah, I love it. All right, Anaya, thank you so much for taking the time. I know it's storming there where you're at. It's storming here where I am. We're about what I think Beaumont to Houston, about 100-ish miles away from each other, 80 to 100 maybe, depending on what part of Houston you're at, because Houston's
Yes.
huge. Um, but yes, well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. And everyone, follow Anaya, follow her on her personal journey, follow her on her pageant journey. She's doing great things. And if you feel so inclined to help her out or to connect her with someone that you might feel might benefit from what she's doing, please reach out to either her directly, or if you need to reach out to me and to get to her, we can do that too. So
Wonderful. Thank you so, so much for
thank
having
you.
me, Meg. I can't wait to see you
Sure.
again.
Yes, I know. I know. All right, and have a good night.
All righty, you too.
Bye.